I survived a match with Andre the Giant. He took me up in a big vertical suplex, and not only was I scared to death, I mean, my toes curled up inside my boots. But when we got down there, I learned gravity is real. And how many of those can you take? I was at somebody's house, and they were watching television. They were clicking through the channels, and I said, whoa, there's Tony Little, and look what he's doing. And when I saw that machine, the first thing that I looked at is, number one, low impact. It's gentle on the joints. And it's the gift that keeps on giving. Because no matter how often you use it, you want to use it more. You get addicted to it, really. And if I can possibly be an inspiration to others, the way Tony Little has been an inspiration to me, get on the phone, get your Gazelle.
What's up, guys, and welcome back. Happy Sunday to you. I hope you're ready to take things back to when good mic work was in the 10th grade. Survivor Series 1992, finally back with a classic Sunday watch-along. We got to start doing these Survivor Series since it's Survivor Series month. And our friend in the chat there, George Morris, recommended this one a couple of weeks ago. Didn't take me long to think about it and was like, oh yeah, we haven't done this one yet. Really fun main event. Interesting time in the company as well here in the fall of 1992. And I thought this would be a perfect Survivor Series to watch tonight. So we're going to watch Survivor Series 1992, 5 years before the Montreal Screwjob, on another Survivor Series also headlined by Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. This one, however, I don't think at the time of them promoting Survivor Series and building to it, I don't think Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels was the planned main event. I actually think it was probably Macho and Warrior against Razor and Flair. But Bulldog got let go. He was scheduled to face the Mountie on this show for the Intercontinental Championship. He got fired. So did the Ultimate Warrior. Shawn Michaels became the Intercontinental Champion. Bret Hart became the WWE Champion. All of this stuff happened within like a 6 or 8 week span, setting up this Survivor Series, which I think was modified a great deal leading up to it, but still, it's one of my favorites because I really enjoyed. I watched it that night, and just seeing Bret celebrate with Santa was really cool for a fan like me. So I'm surprised we haven't gotten around to doing this one yet. So that's what we're going to do this evening after a week off last week. Survivor Series 92. I am very happy to be here on a Sunday. It's been a super busy week for me, so I'm ready to kick back. Little football on the tube over there, wrestling here. You guys in the chat, cold beer opened. Not much else I need in life, really. So this should be great. Are my Christmas lights up already? Mine are not, but they are around town. The lights behind me are always up. But yeah, it's just about that time for the holiday season. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Happy Sunday. Thank you for being here. Thank you to everyone who was here yesterday for the podcast. That was a lot of fun. And tonight should be a good one. But let me say hello to the chat. Vash Starwind is in the house. Future Endeavored is up in here. So is channel members Leo Whalen. What's up, man? Great to see you here as well. Tatanati's in the house. We got Zach Pelgett, Jeff McMahon, Victor Colon is here as well. And of course, our buddy George Morris chiming in with a super generous $5. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? How is Tito? Survivor Series 92, 10 out of 10. My cat Strudel, 17 pounds, a little overweight. Next week, 88, 89, 90, 91, 93, or 94. We need to talk about next week. I think 94 might be a good one. We got to think of some others. We've done a lot of the major ones. We've done, I think, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 98. We've done a lot of them. So we'll have to explore which ones to do next week. Your cat Strudel is about as heavy as Tito. Tito is a fat fuck. I'm not sure how exactly heavy he is, but 17 sounds kind of right. He's a big guy when I pick him up, so he needs to lose some weight as well. And this was actually your suggestion, George. I think last time we were here, you mentioned Survivor Series 92, and I was like, done. That's a good one to do. So we can thank George Morris for tonight. We got JJ Leg in the house as well. Not sure if I got you. The Juliet is here. Right on. We also have We Are Pro Wrestling in the program for this show. They had Sean Brett in the other great matches portion on the back of it. Just a regular one-on-one match. And I think I have this VHS tape behind me. I'll go pull it out once we start here. We'll take a look at that as well. The real Santa, by the way. Right on. We got Ray Frand. We got James Gerhardt in the house. Mike Rouse is here as well. Brandon McNeil, another channel member. Almost missed you. Good to see you as well, my friend. Jose Lopez is here. We got Jonelle. We have Ryan Adams. Who else is up in her? Future Endeavored. I think I got you earlier. This might be your first time here if I read that properly, but right on. This should be a fun pay-per-view. I'm ready to watch this one here tonight. What did you say about, I have not gotten an eye on many of the football scores. Did you say the Lions won? Beat the Chargers? Right on. Yeah. All right, cool. We'll have to get caught up with some football. It's been a busy day. It's been a busy week, guys. I don't have much time to even look at scores. But anyway, I am glad everybody is here. It's Robert is here in the house as well. And right on. So if this is your first time here, please do me a big favor and subscribe. We are just a touch over 100 subscribers away from 40,000 on the channel. That's pretty exciting. And make sure you like this video, all that jazz. It's going to be a busy week. I'm going to let you guys know soon. Just make sure you stay tuned to the channel. Keep an eye on the community tab and my social media. I'll be putting up links for this week. Probably no Raw review tomorrow, although I said that last week and came up and did one anyway. Probably going to skip tomorrow, but I've got two Saturday night's main event watch-alongs for the members scheduled this week, as well as full gear predictions all coming this week. But tonight's my night to set all of that up and post the links. So not sure exactly which days these are going to fall on quite yet. Thursday, Friday, Tuesday is what I'm looking at, but all of that will be solidified tonight. So make sure you stay tuned and you can see what we have planned for this week on the channel, because I have another crazy busy week in my personal life and I'm trying to make sure I get enough content up here during my busy week. So that's what I will be working on this evening. Great future endeavor. Glad you're already here, liked and subbed. That's awesome. That's what I'm talking about. We Are Pro Wrestling. Lions won 41-38 with a game-winning field goal. I told myself I was going to try to do better to watch a little more football this year, and I have failed. It's just too hard. Saturdays are too busy of a day for me. I work about 16-hour days on Saturdays, and on Sundays, I'm just wanting to sleep. I don't even look at fucking football. But I will try to do better about that. I've got a funny fantasy football story for you guys as well. But before we get into that, let's start the Survivor Series pay-per-view. For those of you who are here for the first time, we watch all of these on Peacock. So Peacock is where you want to be. If you don't have Peacock and you've got WWE Network internationally or something like that, you might be able to follow along fine. It just might not be perfect. So what you want to do is go to your Peacock, find Survivor Series 1992. You're going to be looking at season 6, episode 1. The runtime, according to Peacock, is pretty short, 2 hours, 31 minutes, and 2 seconds. So about a 2.5 hour show, about 15 minutes shorter than most of these are. So that's what we're looking at there. We're going to hit play together in just a couple of minutes. Once I do that, the timer right below me will begin to run. So just make sure you sync up your Peacock with the timer. And if we have any interruptions or problems or anything like that, we can always, reset our timers to get us synced up and together. Watching together. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Right on. Glad we're all on the Peacock here. And like I said, if you're not, you can probably still follow along somewhat decently without being on actual Peacock. But I am ready to go here. I've got my Survivor Series pulled up. Hopefully you guys will or do as well. And we'll do a countdown from 3, and then we will all hit play together, and that's how we do it. So I am about ready. If you guys are, just got to get my fingers on the trigger here. I got one set up there, one set up here. Rock and roll. I'm ready. So I'm going to give you guys just a second, take a quick little sip of my 805, and we're going to start Survivor Series 1992. Excuse me. After I clear my throat, of course. All right. Rock and roll here. Here we go. We're going to do a 3, 2, 1 play. That's how we're going to do it. All right. All right. Here we go. I am ready if you guys are. 3, 2, 1, play. All right, there we go. Oh, the old Survivor Series song. So awesome. Okay, maybe We Are Pro Wrestling, you can answer this. What is with Richfield, Ohio? Why do they love the Richfield Coliseum? I'm pretty sure the first 2 Survivor Series were there. 89, 90, and 91 were not. But now they're back there. So 3 out of the first 6? All in Richfield? Weird. Why Rich? Where the fuck is Richfield? Is it close to Cleveland? Who lives in Richfield in the chat? Ooh, the last ride. So we've got a coffin match and a nightstick match. So that's going to be a nightstick on a pole. Look at that. Sean and Brett. Does that sign say, I love you, anal? Or Anna? Anna. Mr. Perfect. Bobby is flustered, yo. I was pretty baffled when that happened. I watched it all unfold on Primetime Wrestling, where Randy Savage would announce his new partner, and then it turned out to be Mr. Perfect. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make much sense. Mr. Perfect was very involved in the Randy Savage and Ric Flair feud. And just for him to all of a sudden now be on the side of Savage just because Bobby Heenan pissed him off was just weird. Anyway, here comes Owen and Coco. We got high energy opening the show. There's a lot of high energy. Oh, it's the head shrinkers. Cool. When did Head Shrinkers come in? They must have just gotten there. Of course, Alpha's got his token turkey bone, or turkey leg. All right. All right, it's Owen and Samu kicking things off on Survivor Series 1992. Was this after? This was after the new foundation, right? Because even Anvil was wearing those MC Hammer pants for a while there. Speaking of MC Hammer, I'm pretty sure in 1992 is when Too Legit to Quit came out. I think. And for those who need a translation on that, Too Legit to Quit means that you're just way too cool to give up. It's what that means. If you need any other translations, I'm your guy. I couldn't wrestle in those parachute pants. I guess they'd be better than jeans. Wow, look at that. There's a lot of Owen avoiding offense here. Nice drop kick by Owen. God, he had such a good one. Arm drag. Another drop kick. Look at Owen go. Look at Owen go. The best heart, right? Oh, they're making a big mistake. They're going to get the Head Shrinkers mad. What are you supposed to do? Let him kick your ass, Bobby? If you ask me, they're doing the right thing against a couple of big guys. They're fast tagging. They're in the wrong corner, though. There you go. Get out of there, Coco. There you go. Stomp on a sling. How smart Coco is. Oh, this isn't going to work. Coco should know this because this doesn't work on him either. Not only do the Samoans have a really hard head, so do a lot of the black wrestlers. I know Junkyard Dog and Coco both would no-sell, like turnbuckle spots and stuff. Din. Yeah, nice fucking turkey leg. So awesome. Looks good. Looks like Alpha's been to the fair, the state fair. Yo, Chris, appreciate the 7 months of support. I think this Brett versus Shawn match was their best. Ooh, man, that's bold. I mean, it's one that what's up there. They've had a lot of matches, you know. This one's one of my favorites, though. It really is. A lot of people are kind of critical of the Iron Man match at WrestleMania 12. As much as I hate to admit it, I can kind of understand. Pretty sure Bret Hart beats Shawn Michaels in the main event here the very same way he beats 1-2-3 Kid on that Raw in '94. Same finish. Oh, I was so close, Juliet. I thought it was 1992. I remember I was in 10th grade. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I would have just started. Yeah, I just would have started 10th grade here. Okay, so I just started 10th grade. And I remember in 9th grade, just a few months before this, I was still in 9th grade. And I remember in the lunchroom telling my friends the WrestleMania 8 results. I was more excited about Brett than anything else. Chris has got 10 for me. Thanks, dude. I just started watching wrestling around this time and thought that distorted voice was Nail's real voice. Also, didn't Brett and Shawn have a ladder match? Yeah, they did. A little walkthrough. I've got it on. It's on one of these Coliseum videos. Just kind of like a pilot prototype of a ladder match. Relatively uneventful, but it kind of gave the idea. And that's why Brett always maintains that Shawn stole the idea of the ladder match from him. But they used to do ladder matches all the time in Stampede. Oh, you're not going to get. That's a sunset flip. Was not in good position. Oh, big kick to the face. What's up, Daniel? What's up, Andy Linnell? Green P. Good to see you as well. Chili P is my trademark. Ramviro, good to see you as well. Ronnie's here. What up, man? Good to see you. I don't recall much else about this card. Do they even have any regular Survivor Series matches on this thing? I don't think they do. Is this just all... There's definitely no teams of 5 striving to survive here, I don't think. I feel like this Survivor Series was kind of thrown together. A lot of plans had to change after SummerSlam. I didn't know that WWE was distorting Nail's voice. I thought he was distorting his own voice. Like, you know? I thought he was doing that on purpose. They actually audio distorted that? That's crazy, son. I guess back in those days you could do it. Everything was taped. Oh. That's how they were able to video distort Ric Flair's Real World Championship when he had to send the belt back to WCW when he was carrying around the tag belt. And then they distorted it to make it look like he still had the big one. Sketchy bastards, man. Sketchy. Makes the tag to Owen. Here he comes. How about this bloodline, bitch? The Hart bloodline. Yeah. Samu doing? Anybody know what's latest with him? I remember hearing years ago he was gravely ill, but I think he's still alive. Spinning heel to Owen. Yeah, ought to be you make that change, Fatu. Oof. Mm-hmm. This is their finish. I love Fatu's splash. So good. Unbelievable. Oh. All right, Owen. It's all right. Next year he'd lose too, but that would kick off his heel push at next year's Survivor Series in Boston at the Garden. Alpha, are you done with your turkey leg yet? Like, how long does it take? Look how young Rikishi is. Did this air? I'm guessing this aired on Thanksgiving Eve. They had moved to that by this point, right? Oh, the brain scan. Oh, turkey? Okay. That doesn't look like a turkey at all, Bobby Heenan. That looks like nothing. Speaking of next year's Survivor Series, when Owen would begin his heel turn process, that was also the final pay-per-view in the company of Bobby Heenan, who got booted the next night by Gorilla. Oh, I think we're kicking it to Sean Mooney.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to offer you a friendly warning, admonishment, if you will, as we approach this incredible encounter.
Thank you for that, Tony, or Mooney.
Result of this matchup, and I must warn the faint of heart to use viewer discretion before you take a look
Y'all.
at action. It is a nightstick match.
Viewer discretion.
Be hung on a pole 15 feet high in the ring. The first superstar to reach the nightstick will be allowed to use it throughout the match on his opponent. Now, this encounter was designed to settle the score once and for all with the big boss man and Nails.
I miss Sean Mooney. Here comes Nails. How does he talk? What does he say? He just looks like he's got a mouthful of marbles.
I've been waiting for this day for a long, long time.
See, it sounds like he's just doing that. Sounds like he's just going, Rrr.
2,478 days, I laid awake, thinking that night when I got out, what I'd do to the big boss man. So now, I'm
I'm
out.
out.
Boss man, this time you don't have six other prison guards behind
He looks like the sloth in the Goonies.
you. Will not be able
Give this fucker a Baby Ruth.
to that steel bunk bed. Boss man, you and your other prison guards know how to Boss man,
You and the other prison guards know. Did he escape?
what more? I'm gonna take that knife, take it and break both your stinking legs. I'm gonna take that knife, stick
Nails is angry.
down your stupid stinking throat, boss man. These at Cobb County Jail are gonna recognize you, boss man. I was an innocent man. I was put there for crimes I did not do. Do you understand?
I could do without the close-up. I understand that, Nails.
You Lieutenant NCR, you're gonna learn.
Does this guy have to go to the bathroom? What's going on here? Is he okay? Do you need to go sit on the toilet, Nails? I think he does. So this must be the blow-off then, right? Did Bossman and Nails work SummerSlam? No, they didn't. I feel like... I know Bossman wins this. See, it's too bad that Nails choked Vince and he left the way he did. Because if this character would have stuck, they would have revealed that he was innocent, I bet. I would have done a double turn match. Like, totally. Man, woman, and child. I don't think children care too much about law, order, and justice. All right, here comes Boss Man. But it would have been cool if like Nails stuck around and like these were characters that lasted multiple years in the company. I would have done a double turn like 6 months after this, where maybe some evidence comes out or whatever, and then it turns out that Nails actually was innocent, and then you do a match where the fans take the side of Nails. It would have been fun. Boss Man turns back heel again. Be a character change for Nails. He could get out of that prison jumpsuit and move on to something else. Oh my God. I mean, if you escape from prison or if you're released from prison, it would seem to me, and I'm no expert criminal, but if I was, I think the last thing I would want to be wearing after escaping or being released from prison is my prison clothes. Like, why would you want to continue wearing that? Oh, wow, he's putting up the Dukes. Oh. They made him like that. $2,000 days. What is that? 6 years? He's got a shimmy. You got a shimmy, Boss Man. He's not shimmying. That's why Nails caught him. He didn't shimmy. This is sloppy as shit, but they're getting the moves off. That's right. It was Virgil who had Nails at SummerSlam. Thanks, Robert. That's right. I feel like there was more than one match here between these guys. I'm sure they had a Coliseum video. And there's the nightstick. Let me see if I can get an eyeball on Survivor Series. Where would it be? Probably over here. Jerk it off. Is that what Bobby Heenan said? No, whatever you do, don't do what Bobby said, okay? You deserve to get to that stick. I can't ignore Bobby's awesome commentary right now. Oh my God. Survivor Series, 1992. Brett and Sean on the back. So that's what the VHS looks like. Cool. There weren't any smoke detectors in Windsor Castle, were there? What did Bobby say? Jerk it off. He's waited all his life to get to the stick. What, Bobby? Oh, nails crotched. Everything they've done so far on the top rope has been pretty, as Daniel says, bowling shoe quality. Yeah, Victor, Warrior was supposed to be Randy's partner, but Warrior and Bulldog got shit canned, I think, for steroid stuff. I think WWE kind of, by this point, there was investigations underway, that type of thing. That's when WWE scaled down, went to Brett, got rid of the muscle, roided freaks. They definitely downsized their business around this time. We got a stick on a pole match. So much. Vince is all about shimmying. Apparently, if you don't shimmy, you have no chance. Like, there's one thing. Oh, he can't even get it off there? There you go. Oh, there he's going after. He's got, oh my God, right to the face. Crowd's loving this in Richfield, though. Uh-oh. Oh, Boss Man dropped the stick. Do you think the Billy Club is related to the Tommy Gunn? What about the Bobby Pin? Maybe the Billy Club and Bobby Pin are brothers. Tommy Gunn is their dad. Oh. Yeah, sidewalk slam. Just like that. Quick victory there. If you ever take a trip down to Cobb County, Georgia, don't worry, I won't. Although I do like Savannah. If Savannah is in Cobb County, then I've been to Cobb County. But other than that, I ain't going to Cobb County. Very mad, Nails. I mean, he looks like his face is almost distorted. He looks like the face on the painting in Ghostbusters 2. You know what I mean? He's serving hard time. I'm trying to remember the song. Oh, look at this purple crew here. There's a whole lot of purple. I love Razor. This is early Razor, too. Like, he just got there. 2 months away from getting a title shot against Brett at the Rumble. No.
former executive. How it all unfolded on primetime wrestling.
Oh. Mm-hmm. 9 days ago, that's right. Perfect tag team partner. It's intelligent. Confucius is, I know I am. You guys are, right?
Who do you mean? You mean that perfect?
That one.
Do you mean Randy Savage? Who do you mean? Spell it out. Come on.
Mr. Perfect. So Perfect at this point is still full heel. He's like, no, fuck this. And now Bobby starts losing his shit.
He is not getting in the ring as soon as you resisted, Heenan. I am sick and tired of everybody making decisions for me. Savage, you want an answer? I'll give you an answer. I accept.
He accepts. I don't understand how many times Bobby Heenan has to slap someone to realize that's the stupidest thing he's ever done. Heenan is a lot like Heyman in this way. Like when somebody grabs a hold of him, runner, it's always, please, please, God, don't hurt me. They're so good at it, both of them. Yeah. Look at what they've done to it. He slapped Andre, too. This is what Paul Heyman does. Might as well just unzip your pants there, Hennig. I'll buy you a car. Oh, no, the water. Oh. That dangerous and dreadful water. If you get water poured on your head, you might never recover. Usually can be fatal. I mean, it felt forced, you know? Because Perfect... Shut up, Flair, you prevert. But Perfect's issues seemed to be with Bobby there, not with Flair. But he's just an executive consultant. Puff is just the name of the boy's magical dragon. Flair, are we having a seizure? What's happening with you? No, just normal Flair. Okay. Bitch, you ain't even the champion anymore. Shut up. God, I hate him. He was a good promo, though. Razor. Come on, Razor. How's your accent so far? Have you got it perfected yet? Yeah, G-mean. Esta noche. Two things. Okay, one. One man. In the WF. Oozing machismo.
And it's me, not you, Savage, you one-legged punk.
You one-legged punk.
If there's anything left,
Perfecto.
when Ric Flair gets done,
Razor, you are not going to carve Kurt Hennig up. That's your friend. You guys are tag team partners. Not 7 years ago. In Awa. All right, 2 more months of Flair, and he's out of the company. That'll be nice. Ooh, I know this music. This is Rick Martel. Who's the model wrestling? Tatanka? He might be wrestling Tatanka. He is. He's got the feathers. Look at his little sailor hat. Rick Martel is criminally overdue for a WWE Hall of Fame induction. Should have been there 15 years ago or more. At least. All right, it is going to be Tatanka and the model. So it looks like that 5-on-5 shit did not happen at all this year. Dun, 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 dun. From Charlotte, North Carolina. Tonto, the Vanishing American. That's what Cornette used to call him. What a run he went on, too. He was undefeated for the longest time. A year. I mean, the Coliseum here in Richfield, it looks like a pretty good size arena there. It's not small. Yeah, I remember Leo when he turned up in WCW. I think he was there like 97. I want to say he was either wrestling for or became the TV champion. And yeah, then I think he got injured and was out of the ring permanently. But even by that point, he still had gas in his tank. As a fan, to me, he felt like he was way past his prime, but really, age-wise, he was not. Still looked good. Ricky Martel was always in the best of shape. Former AWA champion, multi-time with multi-partners. Tag team champion in WWE, came within a couple of inches of winning the Intercontinental title once or twice. But I've never heard a wrestler in any podcast, shoot interview, anything, say anything close to what would be considered a negative comment about Rick Martel. I think he's one of the most respected guys there's ever been. And why he's not in the Hall of Fame is bizarre to me. Maybe it's because he wore pink and Brett didn't like that and told Vince not to put him in. I don't know. Ooh, out goes Martel. I'm glad Tatanka's wearing ring trunks and he's just not wearing those two flaps. Another bullet dodged here on Sunday watch-alongs. Daniel, yeah, I've always felt like Survivor Series is at the bottom of the Big Four. Always. I've never really not thought that. And there was a period there, I'd say maybe 10 years ago or more, where Survivor Series really sucked. I remember one in particular doing the review for it that night 10 years ago. I think it was after Survivor Series 2013 or something, and it closed out with Cena and Orton both holding titles, and I was just like, what are we even doing? And I remember just being so turned off by the biz and, by Survivor Series and then when it transitioned into the brand supremacy stuff. Even the one I went to in 2018, they started getting their act together because it was Brock and Danielson and Ronda and Charlotte. But still, I've always considered them to be the bottom. Even in the old days, I did because it was just team matches. Nothing really meant anything. It was just a night of wrestling. No stakes, no titles on the line. We are not giving Tatanka and Rick Martel here the proper amount of attention. Front face lock applied by the model to the Native American Tatanka. A rule breaker like Sergeant Slaughter now being in charge of rules. That's right. That's how early they made Sergeant Slaughter in charge of things. Holy crap. What do we got? A fight in the aisle or is somebody coming down? Fans seem distracted. They're all standing up. Must be nobody. Nice souffle. Oh, it's Doink. This fucker. So he's been turning up on TV. Jeff, I'm in favor of returning a classic elimination tag on Survivor Series. I don't want the whole show to be that again, but I am a sucker for tradition and nostalgia and you know, in history. And I think having one of them per year would be fun just to preserve the, you know, the history of the event and how it started and stuff, but I wouldn't want the whole show to book. I mean, WWE even realized that early on. You know, by 91, hell, even in 1990, they realized they needed another match. Remember, they did the match of survival at the end to give the combatants something to strive for, I guess. And then the following year, the title was on the line. Hogan lost it to Taker. So here and then now here, they've just transitioned into full-on matches, maybe realizing that 5-on-5 is kind of pointless for storyline purposes, really, because there's really no stakes. So I think having one would be kind of cool. Make it with a stip. You know, remember that one year where like whoever won got to be the Raw GM for a week or something? That would have been like 04 maybe or something. Maybe one match. We have a referee in the ring whose name I do not know. I don't know this fella. I know all them 80s and 90s referees. I don't know who he is. Let's call him... Let's call him Casey Davis. That's referee Casey Davis right there in the ring. What's he got? What's Doink got? They had to teach fucking Matt Bourne how to do puppets with balloons. Imagine that. Gets signed by WWE and Vince is like, we're going to need you to learn to make balloon puppets. I'm like, okay. I was like, can I be high when I do it? Because that would be helpful. Come on, Tatanka, fight it out. Nice. Didn't these guys wrestle at WrestleMania? This feud still going on? Or were they in, maybe they were in the I think they wrestled one-on-one. How long does this feud need to be over a couple of feathers? We Are Pro Wrestling. Do I have that right? Wasn't this a WrestleMania 8 match? Why do we still care? That's illegal. Yes, Bobby Heenan, ever the advocate for playing by the rules. Very gifted and very talented. I'm going to go find another cold beverage. I'm not going far. Oh, I almost missed the finish. Tatanka. What else do they do at the Richfield Coliseum? There must be a minor league hockey team there or something, or concerts, or what? Any Ohioanians? Is that what y'all are called in the chat? If not, let's make fun of Ohio. But I don't want to do it if any of you live there. Oh, this was the wow, cool. We are pro wrestling. This came after Randy and Flair. Yeah, I definitely remember it in the second half of the show. For a minute there, I was thinking they were both on opposite sides of that like 8-man or 10-man that they had with Ray Combs, but no, they worked one-on-one. So crazy. I think this should be the blow off. Let's hope. Oh, Cavs played here. Okay. Well, that makes sense. It must be super close to Cleveland. Okay, well, that checks out. I'm okay with it now. I was just curious. So this would have been the building where Michael Jordan hit the game winner over Craig Elo, right? Advance in the playoffs and lose to the Pistons. I think you have to be like 40 years old to know what shot I'm talking about. Oh, no. Oh, right in the bread basket. That's what that's called right here, guys. It's called the bread basket. It's just medical science, really. It's facts. Dancing in a circle. I don't know about that either. There's some... Is this, I forgot what he calls this, the end of the trail, right? Or a Samoan drop, a Native American drop. Either end of the road or end of the trail, something like that. Oh, and he's got his flowers back, or his feathers back. Did it take, what, 9 months? Some woman could have had a baby by now, waiting for this. One of my best buddies in growing up in the neighborhood had a trampoline, and we'd go over and do wrestling moves on it. And I remember doing the little Tatanka dance around on the trampoline. We would have full-on matches. And then we made the mistake of jumping off the roof onto the trampoline. My face still hurts from landing hard on the ground. All right, look at Perfect. He looks in pretty good shape here. Someone's been out of the ring. Baby face Perfect. You, yeah.
You have wanted to be just like Mr. Perfect. That's right, just like Mr. Perfect. Well, Ric Flair, that's too bad. There's only one.
I think Mr. Perfect is more athletic than Flair. In ring, I'd probably put them equal. They have different styles, but in terms of quality of their matches, equal, I think.
You have tried to keep me on the back year and a half. You know why? Because you didn't want me to face Ric Flair or Razor Ramon, because you know that I can beat either one of those two guys hands down.
You're right. All of them. Macho Man, you hated Mr. Perfect like just a couple months ago. I mean, it feels like it should have been Brett. You know, like think about it. Brett just beat Ric Flair for the title. Like that just happened. And he's facing Razor Ramon at the next pay-per-view. So why wasn't it just Randy and Brett? Then you could bring Perfect back to face Shawn and win the Intercontinental title from him.
I don't like.
Oh, you don't like him now?
Nobody knows Razor Ramon and Ric Flair like you do. And another compliment is. Yeah. Even though we've never met in the ring, a perfect tag team. Now, what do you think about
Wow.
that? I think you're right.
They probably never met in the ring, did they?
Dig it. I can dig it.
I mean, it would have had to be early. Perfect came in like 87, 88, something like that. Savage would have been world champion. They had a window they could have worked together there, but only for a year. By 89, Savage goes heel. Perfect is still new in the company. Or by late 88, he goes heel. And Perfect is new in the company. And then they're both heels with the Macho King and Mr. Perfect until now. And now they're both baby faces. So yeah, I guess they never shit. I never even really thought about that before. I mean, how great would have a 1990 Mr. Perfect versus Macho Man match be? Holy shit. But they were both heels. So probably wasn't going to happen. Did they work in WCW? Did they go their whole careers without ever working against each other? No. They didn't wrestle, and they were in WCW together. How did that match not get done? This is the first time I've ever thought about that before. We've never gotten a Randy Savage and Mr. Perfect match. But we've gotten them as tag teams and allies, but shit. They were both in the end. Okay, I thought there at least would have been a time where maybe one of them wasn't in there. Shit changed so rapidly in WCW. So they were both in the NWO, so they were teammates again, but never were on opposite sides of any match? How is that possible? Well, yeah, they were both NWO, I get that, but let's not pretend that any of that's stable in WCW. People were in and out of NWO every 2 damn seconds. So I thought maybe we would have caught one of them on the outside, but I guess not. Holy crap. Yeah. I love discovering fun facts that I've never thought about in my entire life. How did we not get Randy Savage and Mr. Perfect? Here he comes. I was happy to see him back in the ring. He'd been gone over a year at this point, a year and a half almost. If I could, I wish there was a way to buy that, or you could probably just make one. That WWE entrance, that WWF. There he is. Look at him. Bobby's losing his shit. And Flair will be gone after the Rumble. Now, the other fun fact I like about the Rumble a couple months later is actually Ric Flair's last match. But his match on TV was the Raw after in the Manhattan Center where he lost to Loser Leaves Town to Mr. Perfect. But they filmed that before the Rumble, which means he had to come back and work the Rumble and get eliminated. And that was the last night. He was there until he would return in Charlotte at a show I was at in 2001. Look at these two. I mean, in terms of the foursome here, I do appreciate the Hall of Fame caliber names are in this match, but it was supposed to be the Mega Maniacs. Or no, what was it? Maybe not the Mega Maniacs, the Ultimate Maniacs? Or the Madness Warriors? What the hell were they? I forgot. Savage is like, I have real dark hair now, so I'm going to go to the outside of the ring. You go in there, Mr. All right, Mr. Perfect and Scott Hall. This is interesting. Perfect dancing around Scott Hall a lot. Last time Perfect was in the ring, he was the Diamond Stud. Ultimate Maniacs. Okay, I was close. Oh, here we go. Thank you. They actually wrestled on Nitro August 97, right before Hennig turned heel. Cool. So a match does exist. I'll have to look that one up. I have the entire 1997 unedited TV version of Nitro in my collection. Every episode. I'll have to look that one up. Up. Razor's got Perfect. What's weird, too, these three guys are kind of connected the next year. What happens at Survivor Series 93? Perfect and Razor are on the same team. And I think on the... Ooh. And this would have been... Oh, Flair and Perfect. This would have been after Savage was beaten up by Crush. And then Savage would replace Perfecto and join Razor's team. Just to get on the card, just to get closer to Crush so he could get revenge on him. First time Perfect's ever had any sort of writing on his gear. Oh, Flair did the somersault bump and run right into a right hand from Savage. Send him right back in. Double axe. Up, Flair wanted to do his bump there, but I think Savage grabbed a headlock. Randy, how can we have a watch along when we can't see? What the hell do you think the timer's for? What do you think your Peacock is for? I can't put this on YouTube. You're not allowed. However, if you're a channel member, I will upload this with the footage on Patreon, and you'll get a link if you're a member. So you will be able to watch it after the fact, but we record these here live, hang out together. It's your job to turn on your own Peacock because I can't show the footage on YouTube. That's just common sense. Trust me, of all the people that try to do watch-alongs, I think I've got the best formula. Some people are just like, let's just hit play. I'm like, no, we need a timer so we can all be on the same spot. I try to do what I can. Make it as easy for you guys as possible. I think I've accomplished that. You could give me some credit, Randy. But no. Speaking of reactions with footage, the one that I'm finishing up now, it's basically done. I just have to render it and post it. Royal Rumble 1996, but it's not the full-length version. I actually just pulled out the Rumble part and then edited it down to make it easier to watch. It's about 35 minutes long. I'll post it in a day or two. Oh, shit. I thought Here, I keep forgetting to do this. That's my fault. Future endeavored. Oh no, you're getting commercials. Oh, that sucks. Okay, well, monetization is off. I don't have any ads on this that I've set. So if you're getting other commercials, that must be a YouTube thing. But I do have these set to not interrupt you with ads. That's another thing I've done, Randy. I've turned off monetization to make it easier for the viewer. And here you are mad. Can never please a Randy. All right, they've got Savage isolated. Speaking of Randy's, working him over good. Yeah, Michael, appreciate the $2, Mr. Perfect. It was a great last minute plan. It worked. It definitely felt last minute, though. It had that vibe. Yeah, look at Flair. Come on, give me that hand there, big man. I'll give you the added leverage. It's Thanksgiving Eve. Chill out, Heenan. God, I was only 15 years old when this show aired. I was still skateboarding pretty hard around 15. Another few months. Remember right before I started driving the following year, I kind of started stepping away from skating. The little ass town that I lived in, Greenville, North Carolina, Mr. Beast lives there actually. It actually has a pretty decent skate park for a small ass town like that. It's where I learned how to drop in on a half pipe and everything and almost killed myself a couple times attempting it before nailing it. It's a pretty good little park, you know, for a town that's not big. And I learned to do it in the winter, so I kept falling in the cold, and it was just, ugh. I gotta say, Ric Flair and Razor are employing the better tag team tactics. They're doing all the right stuff, distracting the ref at the right time, cheating at all the right moments. Earl is clueless in there. That'd have been funny if Randy actually got pinned here. Look at that. Perfect. You are falling for this. And I mean, Savage and Perfect aren't regular partners, so Flair and Razor are easily manipulating things here with very little effort. That's a weak ass half crab there. Scotty Diamond Stud there. Cinch up on that sucker. All you're doing is holding his foot. That's not even a half crab. That's a foothold. I'm holding your foot. Oh, he's mad. Forget it. Oh, I didn't know they did this. I forgot they did this anyway. That Perfect. What are they going to do? He's going to wrestle with the decision in his head. Should I abandon him? What should I do? Looking back, gazing back at the ring. Like Bruce Willis when he's leaving Zed's pawn shop in Pulp Fiction. And he's about to go out the door and he keeps looking back and he knows that Marcellus Wallace is getting anally violated. And he decides to go back. He'll take his time going back, but he will go back and help out. There he is. He's back. Damn. Razor just pummeling Savage. Oh, Flair doing his dancing. Oof. Bobby Heenan is humanoids and ham and eggers, man. He had the weirdest names for people. I used to think as a kid that ham and egger was like Schwarzenegger, like all one word. I didn't know it was ham and egger. I never knew that's what it was. I thought it was just like some weird word that he made up that was like Schwarzenegger, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Ugh. Can't you see? It's oozing the machismo. Can't you see it, guys? Look at it. That is machismo, baby. It is. I mean, I see it oozing. I don't know how you couldn't. I have not gotten a look on the score here, by the way, on the New York Jets and Raiders. I don't really care who wins that game. What color Razor Ramon gear did you like the best? He looked good in all of them. The purple looked good. The green looked good. The red looked good. I think it was purple, green, and red. And he had yellow. I didn't like the yellow. I might go green. I kind of like this green version. What do y'all think? With authority. I haven't watched South Park in years, but a friend of mine at work let me know that they did an episode where I guess all this time they were calling Token. His name was Tolkien, like with an L. And I was like, that's pretty clever to make like a 20-year-long joke out of that. I haven't seen the episode, but we were talking about just the other night. I was laughing my ass off at that. Flair going to the top. This is going to end badly for Flair. When do you go to the top and it ever ends good? Savage has got an extra foot up for extra height. Nope. Holy crap. Is he trying to go superplex? What's he trying to do? Oh, shit. Wow. It almost is like Flair didn't want that to happen. Felt like Flair was stopping him from getting up there and doing the superplex. Like, no, just throw me off. This is your chance to tag. Tags to perfect. Here we go. Oof. High as hair. He's going for his neck breaker. Nailed it. Oof. Oh, Razor's a mess. Oof. I got to get word to Flair. What are you going to tell him? Shh. What a weird sell on that knee lift. Razor doesn't know where he is. Savage is going after Flair. What a sell on the chair. Like, it was such a weak little chair shot, but Savage went flying back 20 feet. Oh, there's the ref bump. Flair went out first. Earl behind him. Now it's Razor and Perfect. Oh, 9-3. Here's Joey Morella. Oh. Perfect plex. Oh, there's... Look at Joe. He's like, I got this. Oh. I think around this time, Morella would have been considered the senior referee, and then Earl would become that after Joey died. Perfect plex there. He's pinned. One. Oh, fucking Razor. Earl literally falls over trying to call for the bell here. We got a DQ finish. Another reason why this match did not main event. Oh, wow. So Savage is still out. Flair's got the figure 4 on Perfect. They got a chair in there now. There he goes. There you go. Give that chair to Perfect. There we go. Oh, no. Oh, no. Right in the face. In the face. Oh, one for Scott Hall. Another one for Perfect, or for Flair. Excuse me. Out goes Rick. So it looks like Savage. Perfect will win via DQ. That's not fair to Flair. Wow, is that JJ Dillon out there I see? Is that JJ? I think JJ's out there behind Rene Goulet. Jack Lanz is out there. There's Strongbow. Look at that. Mike Chioda. Always mark out for the agents and the refs. Hey, look, it's the minor powers. The minor powers, yeah. You made the perfect choice and a winner. Give me a double high five. That signifies friendship. Double high five, you got to do it. Come on, hurry up. Do the handshake. There you go. Now seal it with a kiss. Come on, you can do it. It's fine. We won't judge. Kiss him. Nope. Just thumbs up is all we're going to get, guys. Sorry. Damn. Chris, Ludek, appreciate the 5. For Razor, I always liked his black vest. I forgot about the black. I forgot he had black too. That looked good. Especially with that black strap I see. I totally agree. Fire combo. Yeah, I forgot about the black. I was trying to think of all the colors he wore. Black was good. With the losers of the matchup. Look at Razor. Hey, Razor, get familiar with that ladder behind you. Get to know it. They just said Perfect stuck his nose where it didn't belong. He's in the storyline. He was your executive consultant. He's sticking his nose in something he already belongs in. Ask that Chico. Oh, okay. You're just going to threaten murder. Okay.
You keep your mouth shut again. Listen, we did everything but give him out. It goes like this, boys. You want to cross the track? You want to enjoy another style of life?
You want to cross the tracks. Gene's got more questions. You guys are being rude. Just leaving like that. Heels. Oh, Yokozuna. Yoko has just come in. He's brand new. Fuji still has his hair. Look at that. Samoa Zuna. Man, that song, that Yokozuna's theme song, there was such a chunk of the 90s there where it was so prominent on WWE. I mean, he held the title for a year, basically. Yoko's like, thank you for the flower. Yeah, I just like he just tosses him aside. I don't know when exactly he debuted, but it was just a couple of months, if that. Very, very large. I mean, he was big, but like they kept harping on his weight. But he was so much shorter than Andre, you know. Even if Andre was around and alive, he would have dwarfed Yoko just because he was so tall. But he carved his own path pretty well. Plus, he was so agile at first, you know, in these early days as a big guy. You do some pretty impressive stuff. Virgil. Meat sauce. Don't even have a last name. Like, neither does Yokozuna. Or I guess Zuna. It's Yokozuna. Casey Davis is our referee again. It's a totally real name that we did not make up. Oh, y'all are getting... Oh, shit. That's what you mean. Sorry. You meant Peacock commercial, not YouTube commercials. I was thinking you were seeing ads on me. And I'm like, wait a minute, I turned the ads off. You should be fine. But Peacock commercial, I get it. Yeah, I don't get the ads on Peacock, so that could make it a little harder. That's why we got the timer. That's the whole point. Leo Whalen, who would win, Virgil in 92 or Vincent in 97? Virgil in 92. Oh, look at this. Oh, my God. I mean, that's basically a Uranagi there. But with Yoko doing it to you, and not The Rock, which hurts worse. What do you do with a man this big? Oh, in the chops. And I remember thinking, like, I wouldn't be surprised at all if even here, even this early, Vince knew he was going to make him champion. Is Yoko, when he's a guy this large and stuff, you know, he's not exactly the type of character who's going to work his way up from the bottom, you know, and make it to the main events. He's main event or nothing. Oh, and there's that first time we saw that leg drop, which has got to be a nightmare to take. I couldn't even imagine. Oh, wow. Ouch. Yoko had that one bonsai drop they used to use on other intros and stuff. He damn near killed that guy. Amazes me how he was able to come down that hard on his chest. And that dude survived. Oh. I would not want to take that move at all. Oh. That's gotta suck. It's just cranberry sauce for Virgil tomorrow. Oh, God. That's gnarly. I'm going to go say goodbye to Elizabeth. 1 second, okay?
Director, roll my brain. Just this. Now wait. Look at the size. Yeah. Landing on the mashed potatoes here. And listen to the sound. Let's hear it. Roll it. Very fitting. That is unbelievable. From them, standing my right. God money. Who?
Quite a celebration going on here in the locker room. Congratulations, Macho Man Randy Savage and Mr. Perfect on a tremendous victory. However, I don't mean to rain on your Thanksgiving parade. I don't believe you have last seen Razor Ramon and Ric Flair.
All right. Sorry, I'm missing Kurt and Randy's promo or interview. I'm back. Sorry. That's a real turkey. Ew. Real turkeys. Real turkey, fake phone on the wall. Oh, little Cornish hen. A little chicken. Mr. Perfect, I strongly recommend you wash your hands right now. And don't high five your friends and put, that is raw poultry. The dangers of 1992. My God. He just handled a whole bunch of raw poultry and chicken and turkey and then high-fived Randy Savage and then put his hands all in his hair. Oh, my God. That's the worst thing I've ever seen. All right, we've got the, not the Hammer Brothers. What were they? The Wrecking Crew. Repackaged here as Beverly Brothers with the genius. Beverly Babies. Oh, this is going to be okay. This is going to be like a 4-on-4. Because there ain't no way Beverly's are facing Money Inc. So these guys are going to be on a team. I don't know. They did a small either redesign on these titles around this time, or the belts were just getting old, or they needed to be polished because the middle globe in the middle wasn't as blue as it used to be. It almost had like a darker tint to it. So I don't know if that was a purposeful redesign or if it just needed to be hit with some Brasso or something. I don't know. Yes. You want to survive, pay your taxes. Oh, it's going to be. I wonder who's going to be the other team. Let me see if I can think of it. Oh, I hope it's not the Bushies. It's not the Whackers, is it? It could be the Nasties. I don't think it's the Nasties either. I think it's the Whackers or. Who the fuck else would it be? It wouldn't be LOD. They're gone. Who's left? What tag teams are left? It's got to be the Bushies. I'm going Bushies. Let's see. Oh, it is the Nasties. All right, it is the Nasties. Okay, I thought they might have been gone by now. That's right. They recently turned babyface. And they'd be heading to WCW here real soon. The Nasties and Natural Disasters. The Natural Nasties. Against Beverly Money. That's pretty good. Both those teams sound pretty good. Yokozuna is Solo Sikoa's middle name? Really? I'm surprised. I just would do Rodney. Or something. I don't even know, like, if WWE could WWE trademark Yokozuna? They probably can't, right? Because Yokozuna is an actual term, right? For a sumo grand champion, I think, right? Are you even allowed to trademark something like that? Couldn't theoretically another wrestler come along and call himself Yokozuna? Maybe. I feel like maybe, but I don't really know. Back in the day, I would just refer to him as Yoko anyway. I hardly ever called Yokozuna. He was always just Yoko to me. So we have, Jimmy Hart, Jesus. On that one side over there, 3 of the 4 team members had sons that wrestled in the business. Von Wagner's currently still active. Bray Wyatt, of course, unfortunately passed away this year. And DiBiase's had a couple of boys, I think, that got into the business, namely Ted Jr. I don't know if Mike Enos ever had a kid in the business. Mike Enos would be the guy in the ring on Nitro when the guy in the previous match, Scott Hall, went to Nitro, jumped to WCW, and debuted in 96. It was Mike Enos and somebody in the ring when Scott Hall made his WCW debut, changing the business forever. Okay, so Bobby Heenan's going to spend this match giving us all the excuses as to why his boys lost that last match. Typical Bobs. Did you guys hear the news this past week that Indiana's second favorite Bobby passed away? It's very, very sad. Rest in peace to a legend. Yo, I want us to all pause and say hello to K-Dog's Kennel. I'm just seeing that comment now. Kevin, good to see you, man. What's up, Greg? Working the night shift tonight. Just wanted to stop in. Hope the night shift is going well. That's a good-looking new picture there you got, from what I can see. Right on. Glad you are here. Sorry, I'm only seeing this now, so I might have missed it. You might have already signed off, but always great to see Kevin here. He is great friend, great supporter of the channel. Oh, look at there. We Are Pro Wrestling. See, I had the right idea. They ran an angle where the Bushwhackers gave up their spots to the Nasties. All right, so I was right with my Whackers idea. I was just doing process of elimination, trying to think who was in the company at the time. I'm like, it's got to be them Whackers. Oh, big bitch slap. What's cool about this match, too, every single person in this match also worked in WCW. Except for Kyoto. Oh, tomorrow is 18 years since Eddie passed away. Jesus, man. Man, I remember that morning. OneWrestling.com is who notified me about that. I was living in a pretty nice house in Wilmington, North Carolina. Woke up that morning, rolled right out of bed. My computer was right there. Pulled up wrestling news, first thing I saw. Yeah, good double underhook on Saggy. No, I don't think Kyoto's in AEW. He's reffed a match or two for them and has been brought in. I don't think he's working there, though. I mean, he's kind of old, to be honest. I mean, this is 31 years ago. Wow. Muscled him up. We got less than a year left of Ted DiBiase in the ring before he'd be retiring. Probably not in here. I had something else funny I could have showed you. I don't think I have it in here, though. Something Eddie Guerrero related. I'll save it for next time. Are they down a man? Oh, no, there they are. I was like, the heels are missing a guy. I didn't see Teddy over there. Jimmy Hart, that is so much airbrushing. What are the... nope. They completely flubbed that double team move. I'm actually surprised. I could have seen them around this time putting the belts on the Beverlys. Quadruple teamed. Oh, Rude Awakening. Luckily, this is not elimination, I don't believe. Luckily. Yo, Nick's in the house. What's up, dude? Appreciate the 5 from you. Hey, Greg, I'll be at the Rumble and Raw after in January. I'm excited. Where the hell's the Rumble? Tampa, right? Cool. I would be excited if I were you too. I am still, to this day, yet to attend a Royal Rumble. I gotta check it off the bucket at some point. That's going to be fun, Nick. Best of luck. That's going to be an adventure. Hopefully, we'll see some pretty awesome stuff. I'm still totally perplexed as to who's going to win the Rumble. Both men down. And I'm going to grab, I think I'm out of, I'll grab one more beverage. I'll be right back. Uh-oh, it's busted loose. It's a melee, a brouhaha, a Pier 6. It's anarchy, it's chaos. Oh, the earthquake coming up. Who's he got down? Bloom? That's it. Game over. Baby faces win. Yeah, between Bloom and Enos, I don't know which one's Blake and which one's Blake. I don't even know the Beverly Brothers' names. Blake and something. What are we serving tonight? Chicken or chicken? That's it. He's out of there. They're mad. Oh, no, it is elimination. Shit. I thought the match was over. Son of a bitch. So the team is eliminated. Okay. It is elimination. I love watching these things, not knowing what's going on. It's the best. All right. I mean, I don't know if this is going to be a clean sweep or if Money Inc. is going to eliminate one of these teams here. Feels like the Nasties have recently turned face, so maybe the Natural Disasters get eliminated and then the Nasties beat Money Inc. Hmm. I'm surprised Vince didn't repackage the Nasties, you know, or make them a little different, a little bit more in his image. I mean, they were the Nasty Boys everywhere they went. He tweaked up so many other characters when they came in. And I'm surprised he didn't throw a WWE gimmick on them that could be the same as the Nasty Boys, just with a different name and slightly different looking outfits. Like the Saggy Boys or the Saggy Knobs. That's what I'd call them. A couple of saggy knobs. Yeah, so there's going to be no traditional Survivor Series match on this show. This is as close as we're going to get, is this tag team elimination deal that we have here. Shout out to Spaz dropping in the Canadian 20 on us. All the plugs you can plug. Got a trailer reaction for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I got WWE last week dropping tomorrow morning, and the next NXT Rewind drops next Saturday. Looking at TakeOver Brooklyn. I love them TakeOver Brooklyn shows. That would be a fun watch along to do here. Just rewatch a couple of those. I've never really gone back and rewatched many of those, which is pretty stupid considering how many business changing matches seem to take place on those cards. Come on, Golga. Don't let M Wall Street do that to you before Tugboat comes in and stops things. Or Shockmaster, excuse me. Wait, I guess that's not registering. Ghostbusters as in like all the members? Is it like new Ghostbusters? Harold Ramis is dead. I don't know how they're going to do that. Bobby Heenan shouting out Lloyd's of London on a WWE pay-per-view. That's hilarious. Mr. J, what's up, man? Good to see you. Yeah, check out Spaz for all your takeover review fun, because some of those, man, I'd love to go back and relive or watch again. Irwin. What other name other than Irwin could he have been if you needed his first name to start with an I? Isaac. That's what they should have done. Isaac. Well, they already did an Isaac. Isaac Yankem. What about Ian? Ian would be a good one. Ian R. Shyster. I guess Irwin was just dorkier. Isaac R. Shyster. Oh, he tagged him. Typhoon's on a roll. This is the man that apparently almost main evented WrestleMania 7. Ooh. Oh, DiBiase bumping hard. Extricated from the ring. Oh. DiBiase grabbed Typhoon's leg. He's going to pin him here. He grabbed Typhoon's leg, and Vince says, what a maneuver. Okay, so it looks like I'm probably going to be right. Yeah, okay. No tag. Well, you can't have a tag when... Oh, they're going to keep fighting anyway. Did the Nasty Boys even know the match was over there? All right, so that's what I figured. DiBiase and Irwin did wind up eliminating the Disasters, and Nasty Boys then beat them. Pretty quickly, though. They went home on that pretty early. Or quick. Which I'm not complaining. '89 might be a good one. We Are Pro Wrestling for a watch along. That one's got a lot of 4-on-4s. I think we'll have some Hulk and Zeus action in that. Look at them just on the phone, Tatanka and Mr. Perfect and Savage just hanging out on the phone. That cord, that fucking cord, man. Who's old enough to have one of those phones hanging on your kitchen with a long cord? That thing would get so twisted and knotted up sometimes. We had like a 30-foot one. I could take it off the ringer and just walk all the way around in the other room and sit on the floor and talk on it. We're on the air. Bobby is having a rough one. Oh my God. Oh wow. Hey, this was SummerSlam, Kamala and Undertaker. And I'm pretty sure this is a coffin match. Those early days, the first one, WWE called it a coffin match before they would start regularly calling it a casket match. Scared Kamala shitless. And that was like an instant transformation between credible, scary heel to chicken shit heel. It was weird seeing Kamala back too, because like he was there in like 86 and 87 feuding with Hogan. And as a kid, I was kind of scared of him. Oh my God, he is out of there. Jeez. He will. Oh, Lord. He's wrestling Santana. Kamala versus Tito. That's probably a match that happened in the 80s. Mala out. Get me away from the casket. Oh my God. Don't you have power tools? Like, why are you making shit like it's the 1700s? It's 1992, bro. Go to Home Depot. Pick yourself up a sawzall. Or a table saw or a other saw. Nail gun. Kamala. You are just the latest heel that they have put in front of me so I wouldn't have to win the WWE title. I fought bigger. Wait until January. When an 8-foot Venezuelan comes after me. A coffin match, a match that Darby Allin made famous. AJ Daniels, good to see you. Happy to see you. Anthony Matisse, good to see you as well. Anybody else that I might have missed who's been poking in here? I remember when I was about 10 or 11, Kamala was teaming up with Sika on TV for a while. And I thought that team was pretty badass. I was like, nobody's going to be able to beat these guys. I thought they were going to win the titles. Mala and Sika. That's a good costume there. I've always loved how Kamala pats his belly. I do that around the house. that ominous gong. I wish it was 1992 again. A lot of you probably weren't even born, but I was 15, and 1992 was fun. Up to my first feel that year. Oh, the memories. What a little shit I was. That thing's huge. It's got to be big. Double deep. I think that's just single deep, single wide. But for Yoko, you'd need double deep, double wide. Because he's definitely double wide. I think 92 through 90, 92, 93, I think was my favorite rendition of Undertaker to me. Because that's when he was so believable, you know, in terms of being just an unbeatable guy. I always thought he was one of the top guys in the company the whole time he was there, but I think 92 and 93 was when I liked him the most. When he came back with the purple, he kind of had the spiced up music, but that was all just okay. Oh, look at Kamala. Oh, you didn't even take the time to install hinges? You could have hinged that door for $30 at Ace Hardware with some good quality hinges. This guy. You took the time to upholster it, but no hinges. I guess that's so he can nail it shut. I wouldn't want to be in there. I am very claustrophobic, and this is definitely something I would have a hard time with, is being in that box, even for a short time as they wheeled it to the back, knowing I'm going to be fine, knowing they're going to let me out. I would be in there panicking. I wouldn't be able to handle it. It's dark, it's cold. I don't know if it'd be dark and cold. It'd probably be dark and hot because you just wrestled a match, you're sweaty, and now you're in this confined space with no ventilation. It ain't going to be cold, Bobby Heenan. It's going to be hot and stressful. Oh my God, I can even think about like trying to breathe in there. Like, I never thought I was anything phobic until I realized in the last few years that I actually am super claustrophobic. I panicked in the back of a van once. I'm like, I can't be back here. I can't be in the very back. I have like in the corner. Just felt like I couldn't get out. The way he stalks was always so fun. I understood that he had to kind of branch away from the no selling and stuff a little bit, but I always liked it. As a character, it was so different to me. And plus, he portrayed it so well. And when you have a character like this that doesn't feel pain, that is seemingly unbeatable, you need a reason to not have him be champion, because otherwise he would just naturally get a title shot and then murder whoever the champion is. So I felt like Vince knew that too. So to keep him away from the title, he just kept having these other feuds to worry about. As soon as he was done with one giant, they'd move on to another. Scared stiff, you know, it was Kamala and then Giant Gonzalez and then Yoko and all these guys. Bundy. Or Kamala. Like, it was a trip to me to watch this at the time as a 15-year-old, because I remember a time when I was about 10 where Kamala was a pretty scary dude. And when I was a little kid too, I was scared shitless of Kamala. I remember a cage match with him and Andre, maybe like 83 or 84, that frightened me because it was so dark and gritty and scary looking. Kamala always had young Greg captivated. So here it was kind of like sad as a 15-year-old to see him a huge underdog in this match. And to see Kamala afraid of his opponent was weird. I remember as a kid, I was probably 9 in 86, and Kamala was kind of feuding with Hogan a bit. And they were going to wrestle at a live event, but they were promoting the live event on TV, probably just to sell tickets for it. And I remember being nervous all week, like thinking, oh, did Hogan lose the belt at that live event that apparently is later tonight? But there was no way to really look up the results to that. And so I basically had to wait until the next week's TV. And they weren't mentioning anything about Kamala being the new champion. So I figured everything was safe, but I didn't know. Couldn't just pull out my phone and look it up. I had an AM radio and Legos. That's all you had. Oh, a couple of magazines. Yeah, something's wrong. Kamala knows that there is no way he ain't getting in that box. The big sit up. He's happy. He's like, I got him. Nope. You can't cover him because Morello was about to get down and count. Tito's awake. Tito has emerged from his plaid Cactus Jack fort back there. What's up, buddy? Oh, Kimchi tripping Percy. And the urn is down. Kamala's got the urn. He kicks it. He kicks it. Kimchi's telling him, like, use it as a weapon, you dumb shit. Here he is. He won't touch it. He won't even hold it. Kamala's like, fuck that, man. Oh no. Taker's like, I'll use it. Well, the referee does not need to be distracted. This is a coffin match. There should be no disqualification. That's it. Oh, no, you do have to pin him. Oh. I didn't know you pin him first. They didn't have the rules figured out for this shit yet. I didn't realize you had to actually pin. I was wondering why Morello was getting down and counting. Oh, damn, he's in there too. And he's got he's got to sit in there long enough for them to nail the lid on. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Like, if my paycheck depended on it, I would struggle. I would struggle so badly, especially at that point. I'm like, you got to have me a little flashlight in there or something. But I don't even think that would help. I don't even think that one went through. I'm not even sure if those nails are going all the way through that other board. Maybe it is. That one might have. Barry says, thanks for the $5, bro. The anniversary of the show is a little over 10 days away. It's probably about right. Probably the anniversaries of a lot of Survivor Series, I bet, are about 10 days away. And this is 31 years, which is crazy. We should have done this one last year. I'm always off. I always miss the milestones by like a year or two. That old original Taker theme is the most effective, I've always thought. I would have been like, Paul Bearer, wheel me faster. I would be literally kicking out of that thing by the time they got it to the back. The last ride. Tony Gurria was outside on headset. I've seen him there before. I don't know what he does. Oh, yeah. That's when Marty came back. All right, this is going to be the main event, y'all. I think. It'll be a 30-minute match. All right. Davey Boy held that belt for weeks. That's it.
You want to talk history there, Sean Mooney? Let's talk a little bit.
Sean and his.
At SummerSlam or the Intercontinental. That's right. Now, who is the man that defeated the British Bulldog quite easily? I'm out of to become the new WWF.
You did, everyone.
That's right, me. Now, for all you one and one make two. Two belts. See, when I signed for this match, Hitman, I knew I had nothing to lose and everything to gain.
He looks good with that IC title, doesn't he?
Mine right here. So tonight,
and Sean's belt isn't on the line. Everything to gain, nothing to lose.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shawn Michaels, Intercontinental Champion, and new World Wrestling Federation Champion.
Not yet. Not yet, Sean. You got another 3.5-ish years to go until you're going to be World Wrestling Federation Champion. Funny story about that Bulldog match. It was on the Saturday Night's Main Event that they resurrected. And at the time, my parents used to like, in the off season, to sometimes book a beach condo weekend just to take the family down there and like get away, like a 2-hour drive from where we lived at the time. And we were down there one weekend. And I remember, because we were in a different city, I went out and hunted out the nearest baseball card shop, went in there and bought like a box of like 92 Fleer. And then I remember we went to dinner and came back, and I knew that this was on. And I was like, I wanted to turn it on and watch it. And I opened a box of baseball cards while Shawn Michaels beat the British Bulldog. And I was flabbergasted that he won the title. I had no idea how that was even possible. How did Shawn just beat Davey? He just had this huge victory against Bret. And Bret had just beaten Ric Flair for the title. I mean, I did not know what was going on. I'm like, things are really weird right now. And that brought us to this match. Oh, look at him. Look at Bret. Oh. That's a good-looking champion right there. Scientific knowledge. And I like that.
You defeated the Nature Boy Ric Flair and made World Wrestling Federation history. You did it with your patented, painful leg submission hold, the sharpshooter.
Bret looks so fucking happy to be champion, doesn't he? He can't stop grinning.
You've said no to no one. You've taken on all comers. I recall in 2.5 weeks span of time, you met and defeated, get this lineup, the Mountie, the Berserker, Rick the Model Martel, Big Papa Shango. Most recently, you defeated Virgil. You did it with the sharpshooter. Tonight, this title. Your title, Bret
Bret's not said anything yet.
title is on the line as you meet Intercontinental Champion Shawn Michaels.
You know, Gene, Survivor Series,
Thanksgiving has always been held in real close association. Everybody around the world knows that Thanksgiving is maybe the most special day for giving thanks.
Brett, well, you're Canadian. Well, I guess Canadians have Thanksgiving too.
It's more about giving thanks than I do. As I stand before you right now, being the World Wrestling Federation champion. It took me a long time to get this far, Gene. Shawn Michaels, it's not about giving thanks for surviving one night. It's like surviving 8.5 years. That's what I've been doing, Shawn Michaels. I've been surviving a long time. I started out on the bottom, Shawn Michaels, of the World Wrestling Federation.
I love Brett's promos, the extra words. Just saying Shawn Michaels' name for no reason.
Fighting my way through injuries, pain, all kinds of opponents, all kinds of shapes and sizes. It didn't matter who it was, Shawn Michaels. I went through the
Shawn Michaels.
I went through the Intercontinental with Shawn Michaels. I've won a few, I've lost a few, but I'm ready.
In case you weren't sure, Bret Hart's talking about Shawn Michaels. I'm proud of it too.
Great wrestler. You got all kinds of great moves. I got nothing but respect for you. You're going to be a great Intercontinental champion.
He is.
Shawn Michaels, tonight, we're going to find out who's going to survive as the World Wrestling Federation champion. The excellence of execution is feeling pretty excellent tonight.
Yeah.
Let's get back to ringside.
Not your boy toy. He's the hitman. You know the thumbnail that I used for this video? That was a magazine photo in the WWF magazine a couple months after the show. I cut it out, hung it on my bedroom wall. Only y'all know about that. Doesn't go beyond this room. Right, here comes Bret. Bret always looked best with gold. And to me, this was so cool, too, how many times Bret and Shawn had faced and competed for championships. I mean, had it not been for them deciding not to recognize the tag team title switch between Rockers and Harts, Bret and Shawn would have competed for, or they did compete for every championship. Bret and Shawn had a bunch of matches for the IC when Bret was the Intercontinental Champion. One of those matches was the ladder match. And then, of course, Shawn would get multiple title shots, including this one here. He would win it at WrestleMania 12. He would win it at Survivor Series from Bret 5 years after this. But you know where he would not win it? Richfield, Ohio. I rest my case. I don't even remember any Bret Flair televised rematches for the title. I'm sure a few existed on the live loop, but just looks it was so natural to me. Like Bret naturally looked good with that championship. Yeah, he is. A lot of guys do that now. Orange Cassidy likes to burn his. So does Darby Allin. Look at Shawn. That looks nice. I will be seeing you in 3 years and 4 months. That young man, he's probably in jail now. Shawn is getting a little larger from behind, but he's not that bad here. He gets really bad in 93. He gets really bad in the summer of 93. Watch the match he has with Mr. Perfect at SummerSlam 93. He's got like a Yokozuna ass on him. And he attributes that to Kevin Nash, who wasn't even in the company at the time, about traveling with him and, matching him his eating habits and things like that, which is why he put on all that weight. But that quickly came off. He nipped that in the bud. He was back in shape again by 94. This is the kind of style of gear Sean's wearing that the Ass Boys and AEW pattern their stuff after. Look at that. Look at Brett and Sean go. This is a great match from what I remember. Haven't seen it in a while. Bobby's like the last person that should be giving out advice to Brett. He's the guy that beats your man, Bobby. Like Brett relying on his own strategy is what got him here. He doesn't need you, Mr. Heenan. I mean, it's so cool, too. I mean, back in these days, Sean and Brett still had the utmost respect for each other. Brett's always said he could tell, even in these days, that Sean was going to be a force to be reckoned with in years to come. As he was just a few years ahead of Sean, and Sean would eventually catch up to him. And he did. So if you tell these two guys what the next, 20 years will be like for them in terms of their relationship, you go back in 92 and tell them that. For the next 30 years, excuse me. Hmm. 65 pounds of oil. I think if you attempted to put 65 pounds of oil in your hair, it wouldn't work. Nice. Drop toey. Face lock. Brett's going to reverse out of that. Yep. And a hammer lock. Typical Brett sequence there. Comments for me, wish Mr. Perfect would have been healthy in the 90s so he could have challenged Brett for the title. Closest we got to that, though, we did get something, King of the Ring 93, which was an awesome match. That match was just a couple of months removed from Brett's title run after he lost to Yoko. So we were close on getting one there, just missed it by a hair, but we did get a very memorable pay-per-view match out of those guys at King of the Ring, which I'm grateful for because it's one of my favorite matches of all time.
Very nicely done on the part of Shawn Michaels. Nicely done. Michaels knows he has an hour. He's got an hour to make.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Earl's like, come on, back up, Brett. Oh. Slingshot. It blows my mind that move works. Sean still got that mullet, man. It would take like another 3 years for that thing to start disappearing. I'm editing a Royal Rumble 96 reaction right now, and Sean is just starting to lose the mullet. He's starting to grow out the front and get it all right, but it wasn't quite there yet. He was in transition. Mullet transition can be hard if you spent all that time growing your party and not your business. Brett's out. It's hard to demulletize yourself. Good slingshot. He's going to come in his sunset. Headlock coming up. Nope. Oh, arm drag. I think we got, I can't believe I don't remember now. I feel like we did get a Brett and Sean match when they were both in the tag team, like Brett and Sean, Hart Foundation, Brett versus Rocker Sean, like maybe on a TV somewhere, Saturday night's main event or a wrestling challenge or something. Maybe one of those dark MSG shows that they would air the matches on primetime wrestling. Maybe something like that. But I could be wrong. I remember a good Shawn against Ric Flair match when Shawn was still a member of the Rockers. That was good. Shawn took him to the limit, too. All right, Shawn in control here of Brett. Oh, look at that. Love that. Marty could do that move, too. Oh, nice. Just stiff clothesline. That hip toss counter that Marty and Shawn could both do always blew my mind. Cool. It was on Wrestling Challenge. Thank you for that, Mr. J. I probably have that match. I wouldn't be surprised at all if I've got it too. I just couldn't remember exactly where it was. Shawn reaching from the ropes, for the ropes. Many, many years ago, I tape traded or CD traded for like a compilation video of Bret Hart. Basically, it was like a 13 DVD set of every single televised Bret Hart match that existed. Like that existed. And it was some crazy shit. It was grainy, not well quality. I just kind of wanted to see what was all on there. I still have all of it. So I bet you those Shawn matches are on there. But I remember like the quality kind of being poor. But I was kind of dealing in some bootleg footage at that time. I was always a tape trader back in the 90s. That carried over into the 2000s, selling some burned DVDs and trading some stuff with people. And I think that's where that match came from. Bret just posted himself, by the way, there on that tackle attempt. Bret's got that thing on his arm. That was some vaccine back in the day. My mom's got one. By the time I was born, they changed how they gave it to you, where it doesn't make that mark. Come on. Get up, Bret. Your title's on the line. As a kid, or as a 15-year-old, I didn't feel like they would make a double champion out of Shawn. But anytime Bret put the title on the line, I was worried. Because I was a fangirl. That's what fangirls do. They worry. Stomp to the face. It's crazy that Earl's reffing this thing, isn't it? I thought it would be Joey Morella. Ooh, God. Bret, that was a lot of the Hart Boys trademarks. Bret and Owen, I think, did it the best. That front sternum buckle bump. They would take it with such velocity and force that I don't know how they did it. A lot of other wrestlers didn't really do that bump. Like that was a Bret exclusive, and then Owen started doing it. Brett's been doing it since the Stampede days, but I've never seen a lot of other wrestlers take that specific bump. I don't know if it's out of respect for Brett or if it just sucks. And Brett's just a boss. That could be it. Likely is. Yank of the hair. Earl, how'd you miss that? It's like the oldest trick in the book. And then Earl asks him if he pulled Brett's hair, and he's like, "No, I didn't." He claims to be the sexiest man alive. That's what he claims. A lot of people can claim it. Did I get the 7-tape Brett VHS compilation floating around at 04? Probably not, but whatever's on that tape, I probably have. Like, I have whatever matches are on there. I have everything Bret Hart related. And that big disc collection that I got also included some shoot interviews, some RF shoot interviews as well. Had everything on there. It's crazy. All of his WCW shit was on there too. Like everything. Some stuff I didn't even know existed. That was the first time I ever saw the El Dandy interview, because I never would have watched whatever show that aired on. And I was like, what is this? Brett trying to be funny. Now it's a famous clip, but before YouTube and before the internet was a thing, or I guess the internet was a thing, but the internet as we know it now. I never saw that interview before. I laughed my ass off. Big drop kick to Brett's face. And this is Brett's first pay-per-view, second straight pay-per-view that he's headlined. But the first is the man. It's the face of the company. I mean, there's a pretty good string there so he main evented SummerSlam, then Survivor Series. He would not main event Royal Rumble, but he would main event WrestleMania 9. He main evented King of the Ring, right? Not SummerSlam. Yeah, so 4 pay-per-views in an 8-month span, he main evented. It's not bad. Brett's fighting back. Neck breaker. Good one, too. Good snap. Ooh. Shot to the throat. One of my needs is the Coliseum video on the Hart Foundation. I've been meaning to get one, but I kind of have a set price I'm willing to pay for it, and I know if I'm just patient, I'll find it, but I haven't looked in a while. I need to pick that one up. I have everything else. I have 7 copies of WrestleMania 3, that clamshell VHS, but for some reason I don't have the Hart Foundation one. I need to get that one. I just need to bite the bullet and buy it. But there's always 1 or 2 floating around eBay. They're available. I just haven't picked one up for a price that I felt comfortable paying. I'd like to get one for under 30 in good condition, but I haven't seen one for that price yet, so I'll eventually just get it. I'm Brett fighting back with these shoulder tackles. I always Sean would take a bump and spit his gum, or spit. It always looks so good. Big bulldog there. Now Brett's going to go into his series. We're going to get the middle rope elbow here. Oh, he went for a regular elbow and he missed. Wow, Brett.
Sure of that, as does everyone. Everyone would like to be World Wrestling Federation champion. Shawn Michaels with an elbow.
Big elbow. Sean's always been good at that diving, jumping elbow. Yeah, Mean Gene. I remember watching because I used to rent it at the video store, that Hart Foundation tape, and Mean Gene caught him playing with their figures. That was so great. They do that bit in Spaceballs too.
Was the World Wrestling Federation champion. I wonder what Shawn Michaels is victorious.
I do have about a 5-year-old video from my previous apartment. I'm living in a house now with a much bigger studio. But when I lived in my little apartment, I did do a video on all of my videotapes and collectibles and shit like that. So just search my channel and look up collection. It'll pop up. And there's a portion in there that shows all of my Coliseum videos and all the ones I have. I have some pretty good ones. So check that out if you're interested. And if you want to see how I built my studio here, that video is also available from a couple years ago. Small package. Sean kicks out. I mean, Sean definitely is having a good showing here. That's for sure. I think this match was just as important for Sean as it was for Brett at this time because this was, I mean, he's main eventing a pay-per-view himself, which is strange for that time. Oh. Slingshot. And at this point, Sean, I don't even think had his super kick finisher yet. He was using that not fisherman suplex, but teardrop suplex thing. It sucked. He wouldn't even start using the kick for like 3 more years. Or using the kick as a finisher, I should say. Oh, Brett's up. That's what a champion is made out of, endurance. He's gonna rock his crotch. That happens. You don't want your crotch rocked. Not in that way, anyway. Kick out. Oh, ooh. Russian leg sweep. I mean, just like how Flair, there's the backbreaker. He's going to go to the middle rope now. Just like how Flair never succeeds in his top rope efforts, like Brett never secures a pin after any of these moves. And he never hooks a leg. Like, watch. No leg. Oh, he is going to hook. No, he's just going to grab the tie. He's just going to cheat. Grab the trunks. And if you say, Greg, do you condone Brett cheating? Yes, I do. Sean with his Michael Jackson gloves there. Big suplex, middle rope suplex there. Looked great. Oh. They both want it. Oh, Earl had to duck that one too. We're going to get an Earl bump here. Yep. Down he goes. Get up, Earl. Those girls yelling in the front row. They're hilarious. They're having a blast. All the way over. Another reversal. Sean used Brett's own momentum to take him through the ropes there. Brett's used that same reversal on a lot of other guys himself. Is Earl fast counting in here? See, that Earl's shady, man. He's shady. Boy, how lucky is Howard? He gets to sit there all match with the winged eagle just on his lap, caressing it ever so gently. I'm jealous of Howard. Slam. Earl's going to have to start the count. Sean breaks the count. Did Tony Carrillo just tell the fans to shut the fuck up? I think he might have. They were getting a little excited there, and I think he was like, he did the Ralphus, like, Oof. You sneezing back there, buddy? Mm. Brett, another kick out. I really appreciate the length that this match is. I mean, we're going to get close to a 25, 30-minute match here. That's pretty awesome. Roll up. Sean kicks out again. Oh, there it is. Super kick for the win. But he can't cover him, and that wasn't even his finisher yet. Break out the apple pie. Oh, yeah, he was going for that suplex, see? Yeah, he was going for it. Ooh, missed. There it is. There's a suplex. That's the finisher. Brett's going to have to kick out of that. And he does. Just like he kicked out of the perfect plex. He kicks out of the Shawn Michaels plex. Yeah, Marty had just come back. The reason Sherry's not at ringside is because they did the deal where she got hit with the mirror. Oh, when Marty returned, Shawn just got caught, and he's tied up Andre style. Oh, yeah. That's another move Bret Hart always loved to do. First time I ever saw it was probably in 85. He was wrestling against the Bulldogs. Neither team was champion yet. And he went for that diving spot on like Davey, and he moved, and Bret got all hung up. It was awesome. There it is. Boom. Caught him. He beats 1, 2, 3 Kid the same way. Cinches it in. Give it up, Sean. You ain't getting out of that. Oh, the music, the times, the vibes, the feels. Bret Hart. I was such a big Bret Hart fan at this time. It was so crazy. I just remember thinking, like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Like, I cannot believe he's the champion. Like, it was surreal. I just didn't think that was an attainable thing for him. WWE's need, oh, here comes Santa. WWE's need to go in this smaller direction resulted. And I forget, somebody plays this. It's not Blassie. I don't think it's Blassie who plays Santa. It's snowing, and look at what Santa's putting on Bret's head. Yeah, see, I got that picture framed in my house for the holidays. How cool is that? Yeah, that guy's moving too good for Santa, so I can't. Or for Santa, for Freddie. Who was it that played him? Almost looks like Dave Sullivan or something. I can't remember who played Santa, but it's somebody. Oh, don't leave yet. So long, everybody. And Bret signs off with Santa. I mean, one of my favorite closings to a WWE pay-per-view ever. I mean, what more could you ask for? You have a match between two of the best to ever do it in a championship match, a double championship match, or I'm sorry, a double champion match for a world championship, headlining a pay-per-view with my favorite wrestler winning and Santa coming out. I don't understand why it took us like 3 years to do this watch along, because this was one of the best ones we could have done. So hell yeah, that was a lot of fun. I need to give it some thought to what to do next week. If you have any Survivor Series suggestions, hit them over on Twitter at Good Mike Work. Let me know over there. I'll try to think about it tonight and tomorrow. We'll put up some links this week, and you'll start seeing some links posted for Full Gear predictions, next week's watch along podcast, that type of thing. Plus, I have some members only stuff hitting the channel, reactions, a lot of stuff I'm working on that I'm going to get done tonight and tomorrow. So make sure you stay tuned. And as always, thanks again for being here. This was a fun one, even though it was a little bit shorter of a show. It's always fun to take a look back at times when I was in high school or when I was a kid. Those are always fun. And we haven't really done a lot of those early Survivor Series yet. So we just knocked out 92. Maybe next week we'll do an 89 or maybe even a 90 if we haven't done that one yet, when Undertaker wins the title. We'll give it some thought this week, and I'll post a link for you for next week's watch along here in a little bit. But thank you so much for being here. As always, I appreciate it. Sundays are a blast. And stay tuned to the channel just in case I do come up here for a Raw review tomorrow, but I'm probably not going to. You're probably going to get a video from me on Tuesday instead. So just stay tuned. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. Appreciate you being here, and I'll catch y'all real soon. Peace.